Divalution, a show to empower, enlighten, and entertain divas and those that love us. Here's your host, Deb St.Hilaire.
Little delayed reaction there. Hey, you know what? This is our first show of the new year, so I want to wish you a happy new year, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day, and I hope that you'll be here every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock because we record live every single Tuesday night here in our studio. And if you would ever like to be a guest in our studio, please call and let us know or email deb@thedivalution.com, message us on Facebook or something, and we'll get you in here. We have seating for about 10 people.
Sometimes more.
So it's amazing how many people we can fit in here when we want to.
What about The Secret?
That book, The Secret, I've read that. Have you? That's a very good book.
Good. That's good.
It is a good book, isn't it?
It is. Delightful.
Delightful, she said. Misty. This is Misty Michelle.
How are you?
And Misty Michelle is going to be in the chat room.
As
soon
we
as
can get it to cooperate.
You know, and I'm glad that we said that because we have had some things
Technical difficulties.
redone. We've had things redone. And
I blame Josh.
No, that one's not Josh's fault, though.
I can still blame Josh.
You can, but it's not going to do you any good. That one's not. And now I can't get in the chat room. Jesus.
Yeah, mine's coming up blank, too.
Here, I can get in the chat room.
Yeah, we'll continue to work on this. You do your thing.
So, if you updated your iPhone to that newest iOS update, it's not compatible with the app. So we had the app redone.
Now it doesn't seem to be compatible with anything.
And now the app, it's like every other time I use it, it turns white.
Right.
And then you have to close it all the way out and then reopen it, and it works. So we're working on it. For some reason, Apple takes forever to okay stuff. It's already okay on the Droid. So that's all I'm saying. I have an Apple device myself, and I really love it, except for when my screen turns white listening to w4divas.com.
I have a Droid, and I am not able to pull it up.
Oh,
either,
that's right. It's not doing. It's on that. Too.
And yours is not coming
I
up either.
have to text our. I'll text him and let him know that because it was working.
We can't possibly operate under these conditions.
No, and somebody told me today that.
I can't do my job, Deb.
Don't freak out. Somebody told me if I told you my day, you would, then you could freak out. But
then we can open more wine.
Yeah. Yes, it's somebody said today that Mercury was in retrograde, and you know what happens when Mercury is in retrograde? Technological glitches. Although I haven't had any problems here so much.
Maybe we should have waited to say that after the show.
Oh, no.
I got something.
Who's calling? Who could it be? It's Josh. Damn him.
So anyway, so welcome to the Divalution Show 2016. And guess what
Happy
day
New
today
Year.
is? And this is really
Tuesday.
shocking. It's
All
Tuesday.
day.
It's the first Tuesday in January. I was going to say December. I'm all messed up. And it's Bird Day. Now, why in the heck would it be Bird Day in January?
Well, I thought it was the other bird.
That one?
Oh.
Sandy just flipped me off. Wow.
Sandy who?
Sandy D. So it's Bird Day. And I need to look. I didn't have time to look into that a little bit more, but it's Bird Day.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
And tomorrow is the Epiphany. Does anybody know what the Epiphany it's a Catholic thing. But do you know what you're
celebration.
supposed to do on the Epiphany?
No.
That my family always did on the Epiphany.
What's that?
Took the tree down.
Yes.
All the Christmas decorations came down
Yes.
on the 6th.
Correct. That's true.
Are you going to, did you take yours down already, Misty?
No.
Are you going to?
We wait until tomorrow. Yes.
So you really are going to take yours down on the 6th?
We really do that. Isn't that crazy? I know.
That's a good.
I think I'm going to start mine tomorrow, but I'm not going to have time to take them all down. Yeah. So last week's show was our yearly celebration, and we had a good time. Some of us a little too good, but it was fun. We had a good time. We had some good food, some good camaraderie, and it was a good way to end our year. Although somebody forgot the meatloaf. I'm not naming names.
But we
Get back over here.
But we didn't say we had a secret to tell him.
Oh yeah, we have a secret to tell. We're going to tell that later on.
Oh, okay. That's why he kept putting me off.
Okay. Yeah, I'll even let you tell the secret.
No, that's okay. I'll give you the honor.
Oh.
That's
But
okay.
not till later. Okay.
Okay.
So, our theme for tonight is what's going to happen this year. What do you want to make happen? What are you going to manifest this year? What have you set your mind to doing this year? That is our theme for tonight. And the perfect person to have on a show that's themed that way is a psychic, wouldn't you say?
I would
Yep.
agree.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show, Christopher.
Thank you.
And his stage name is, if I can call it that, is Capo Profezia.
Nice try.
Say it. Say it.
Capo Profezia.
I was close. And Capo, what does that mean?
It means chief prophet.
Okay, I looked it up in the dictionary, online dictionary, Wikipedia, and you want to know what my definitions were?
Careful, Deb.
Oh, God.
Head of the mafia, which I can relate to, and or a clamp fastened onto a stringed instrument. And I knew for sure you weren't that one.
Not quite.
So how did you come up with that name, and what does it mean?
It's Italian. It does mean, yeah. Capo is generally used for mob bosses, the bosses that are just under the Godfather, okay? But I didn't want to use Don Profezia.
No.
So I thought
Hey,
Capo
Paisan, I
sounded-
get it.
And plus it corresponds to my initials already, which is CP.
Which is Christopher
Paris.
Paris.
It's actually
Paris.
Yeah, it's actually a derivative of the Italian version of our name, which was Parisi.
Nice. I knew I loved you for a reason. You're a fellow
tell you.
Italian, yes. That's good, bene. So,
Molto bene.
mwah, besa. So,
Hey, guess what? Guess what? A couple of days ago, it was just my birthday.
it was, and I wished you a happy birthday, didn't I?
Yes, you did. And I remember not to let my meatloaf. No, kidding. I'll stop now. Okay.
You're funny. You're a funny guy. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you became a psychic, and a little bit of your background. And then at the end, we'll talk about your business, okay?
Excellent. Yeah. Well, when I was in the womb, I got this vision. No, just kidding. Okay.
Very few people go back that far, really.
Actually, okay, in my family, a lot of people don't realize this, but many Italians do have a lot of traditions dating back to the old world of tea leaf reading and reading animal bones and also reading cards and such, okay? And my mom and my grandmother both were avid readers. My mom read tarot, and my grandmother read playing cards. Now, the men in the family didn't really take it all too seriously, but the degree of ability that we all had for nonverbal communication, and I'm not just talking about being at the dinner table and smacking each other in the head and pointing, okay? I'm actually talking about real, true, nonverbal communication. It was something we were all graced with very much in my family. Now, I never really took my gifts seriously, probably until about 20 years ago. About 20 years ago, I had an incredible series of events that can only be called synchronicity that led me to realize that what I was doing was something a bit extraordinary. So I decided to get into reading cards and learning about metaphysics and different forms of divination. And before you know it, I was cultivating my gifts in ways that I never even thought possible. I've been reading for 20 years. I've helped hundreds of people to be able to see their personal truth in their life. And that was my origins.
Very interesting. So you're not new at this?
Not at all. No.
No. So,
and,
I've go on.
I've learned a lot throughout the course of the past 20 years. I've perfected what it is that I do to a very razor sharp degree. And, I kind of pride myself on being in an area of mid-Michigan that really doesn't seem to facilitate our business, but we've obviously done something right because we've been here for 4 years now.
Nice. That's impressive. Mm-hmm. It really is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you located?
We're located in Burton. Actually, the address is 1022 North Genesee Road in Burton. We're right on the corner of Court Street and Genesee Road in Burton, Michigan. It's a small building. It's got a couple of different suites in it. There's a haircutting place and a tattoo place, and we're in the back. And we started out in 2012 after, once again, yet another series of very unusual and spine-tingling events that I really wouldn't consider much less than miraculous that got us here and sustained us ever since then. The community has been very, very warm and welcoming us here. We have a whole slew of regular clientele that comes and see us on a regular basis. We are open every week from Tuesday through Saturday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., and you can always come in on a walk-in basis anytime. Readings are still only $20 per 15 minutes.
Wow.
That's pretty good. We'll repeat all of that at the end, too, and we'll also put it on our Facebook page.
Excellent.
Christopher, if I may, can I ask what those series of events are, just to kind of measure the magnitude of what you consider to be miraculous?
You mean like in the early days or recently when we first started the business?
Well, how about recently?
Okay, well, we had a series of events where we started a partnership with another organization, and that sort of fizzled out. And at the last minute, we found this building, okay? And, the building was vacant. It hadn't been used for a very long time. And just out of the blue, my wife found the building. Lo and behold, okay, the landlord probably lives about 50 minutes away, but he just happened to be down the road at Walmart when we looked at the building. He came over and immediately took us through it and let us see it and everything. And then he was like, okay, just prior to that, we had looked at another building where someone was going to give us 2 months free rent when we started out. And this landlord says, well, look, I can actually top that. I'll give you 2 months free rent, and I'll give you a lower rent than this guy is offering you. That's how badly he wanted to get somebody into the building. Great. Okay? People that work for us and came on board with us right off the bat in the beginning, I'll give you an example of that. I was going to go meet another reader, someone that also read cards that was going to participate with us, and I was meeting them at the Genesee Valley Mall. Lo and behold, she happened to be in a conversation with another girl that just happened to be there in the bookstore that they were at that was a tea leaf reader. And the girl that was a tea leaf reader was like, I'd love to be on board as well. She comes on board with us. She's renting a portion of the space that we had. And every time we had somebody new come on board with us, it was almost seemingly like they were taking the place of somebody that was leaving. It just self-perpetuated and sustained us the whole time that we were here. We had some bizarre paranormal phenomena that happened that actually got us involved in being together as well. We started out that summer of 2012 as doing paranormal investigations. So we had some interestingly bizarre situations